Alright, as you look through the actual edit mesh menu, you're going to find out that I've only covered about, 8 tools here. So what I do is try to specialize in one or two tools and use it to my full advantage, and then get bored with it and quickly move on to something else. In this case, the insert edge loop tool, extrude and bridge, and let's see, the merge tools are just about the most essential tools that you could learn. There are some tools in here that are pretty lame, but I want to cover a couple that aren't too lame. This one is one of my favorites now because they've just kind of added it. Let's say I highlight the faces here and here. The main issue with sometimes is like trying to duplicate an object and use part of that object as a shell for another part. Let's say a head of a character, and you want to make a helmet that kind of fits onto that character, but you're sitting there forever trying to line up edge loops or something like that. So you end up using part of its shell. Well, here they made a new little thing called duplicate face. And if I blue arrow this up, what'll happen is now I get two objects. Okay? Just like that. Two objects. One based upon the first shell. And what I can do here is go in here and go and extrude, then blue arrow that to give it thickness. Okay, very cool stuff, right? Yeah, I know. It's not that cool, but it is very cool. Trust me, that is a very cool trick. Now, here's a couple lame ones. Okay, number one. Edit mesh, poke face. Poke face basically takes and turns one face into triangles. Good for making maybe a spike collar of some nature or something. Certainly not good geometry. Okay, poke face, square box, and you'll get all these nice little offsets, which, basically does the same thing that I just did by pulling it out. So if I just did 0.1 in X, how about 0 in X, but I put 1 in Y, and then apply that. See what it does? It actually just pulls it off, just like that, based upon 1. Another one that's kind of interesting is if you grab a face and then grab an edge and then do this next little thing called wedge face, it does one of these. I have no idea. Okay. And then maybe extrude that in. Maybe then you have a heating vent or something like that that comes off a character. So it may be useful. But those are some of the ones that I wanted to share. Duplicate face, memorize. The other ones, play around with as far as maybe the square box has something in there for you. But really, this is just based upon how many divisions that you have. It's always still going to yield triangles. So practically useless. Alright, enjoy and put that underneath your hat, and let's go on to the next little set of tools.